Hey, good morning.
Good afternoon
Good evening.
and good night. Welcome to the Freak Off.
By the way,
We've been doing
did you
it.
see the SNL cold open?
No.
The Trump, the guy. I don't think their Trump guy does a great Trump relative to like how easy I think it is to do a decent Trump, but
Yeah.
their writing for it's good, and he
Yeah.
goes, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, the dogs and cats are doing freak offs. They're making the geese watch. They're doing a ditty. It was I enjoyed that. So wait, so you didn't see who they had come back,
I
or
saw like a
or
cl- I saw like a news thing about it, but I didn't watch it. No.
so Gaffigan did Walls,
I said, yeah, I saw a piece of that on the internet.
which by the way, like, so my agent and I were having a conversation. He sometimes gets annoyed when like all they do is bring old people back to do stuff, like let the cast do it.
Yeah.
But I was like, but Gaffigan looks like he was created for
Well,
Walls.
Gaffigan wasn't even a cast member.
Right. And he was no. So not bring back a cast member, bring in guests, I should say, not cast members, guests. But
Yeah, like,
Siph, Gaffigan is Walls.
yeah, he is. Well,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
I'm happy for Gaffigan because I love him,
getting to
but
see him on
also,
SNL was just cool. Has he
yeah.
hosted
And
SNL?
SNL in the last couple years has leaned on comedians a lot more. I think it was because during the pandemic there was no movies being made and they couldn't get big stars. So that's when Mulaney started coming in more, Nate Bargatze. So I think it's cool that they're doing that, but also, yeah, you get a job as a cast member. You're like, hi, I'm an actor. I can play roles. Because Maya Rudolph kind of looks like Kamala, you're bringing her back in. Make me look like Kamala. Like,
Right.
get
But
the
the thing
fucking
is,
makeup department on this.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Maya Rudolph, her inflection is so good. Like she
But I'm
just.
just
But I
saying,
get
like,
your
well,
point.
did she do it
That
before? Did she play when they were running last time? Is that the thing?
yes.
Okay, that's why. Because SNL does like to like be
But listen, they
nostalgic.
moved on from Alec Baldwin though.
But that's what I'm saying. Alec Baldwin did a great job. Who's the guy that does it now? Exactly.
Can never remember his name.
Nobody knows his name. No disrespect.
And by the way, here's the reason I don't love the move they made away from Baldwin, even though like the Baldwin Trump thing was very specific. Like he did his own way over the top. Like he didn't do a
Yeah.
good Trump impression. He did a Baldwin specific comedic
Yeah.
thing. But the guy who they replaced him with, if you were going to get away from Baldwin's sort of weird Trump that he did, I think you have to go to like a really good Trump. And the
It-
guy they went to is like he's
yeah.
average. He doesn't have the voice.
Yeah.
It's I don't know that it was but Simon, I just realized something crazy. I just Googled it.
Wow.
I don't think Gaffigan's ever hosted SNL.
No, I've never seen Gaffigan on SNL.
Yo, with all due respect, I know you won't say anything
Whoa.
because you can't. All right, it's too
What's
political.
Patreon?
No, Saif, it's not Patreon. You can't just say it's
I've
Patreon.
said too much. I've said too much.
By the way, for those of you who don't subscribe to Patreon, on every episode, all we say is, wait, this is Patreon, right? And then we say things that we think are only for Patreon, but you never know. So, no, I know you probably don't want to say anything because you respect all comedians, blah, blah, blah. All comedians' lives matters, all that stuff. Yo, a lot of y'all getting on before Gaffigan as a host is crazy. Gaffigan is way bigger on a mainstream level than some of the people they've had host.
Who?
That's Bargatze?
No, Bargatze is way bigger.
Not Gaffigan. I don't know one
Way
person.
bigger.
I don't know one person who knows who Nate Bargatze is.
Way, because you live in New York, and so does Gaffigan. Nate Bargatze's way bigger. Nate Bargatze will do two. Nate did 2 arenas in one night, broke all the records.
But my point is this: is it possible though? You have to admit we're living in a different era for comedy in this moment than even was the Gaffigan prime of 10 years ago, right? This
comedy
era
is
now
bigger than it's ever been. Yes,
But like
it's the comedy era.
everyone is doing an arena. Everyone's doing a special. Like I'm like,
Still, Gaffigan would know Bargatze's bigger.
but like to me, my family.
To you, yeah.
I'm just telling you. No, this is my experience. I can only speak for me. Me. mainstream people who aren't into comedy that I know liked Jim Gaffigan. I don't know
10
main
years ago.
10 years ago. That's what I mean. In his main run when his like
Yeah,
biggest.
it was a lot
Do you see what I'm saying at
listen, it's
all?
an anomaly. It's an anomaly. It's fucking weird. I get it. I understand what you're saying. But everything has things like that where there's like these huge mega superstars in something, and I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, it's just that I guess it's
It's a
just
weird time. Everything is so niche, but the niche is
I
huge.
just feel like Gaffigan was pre the huge comedy niche. He was right before it. Like that
Okay.
that just what like in this era, I feel like if he was having that run, he would have already gotten an SNL, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But he's from a different time where he wasn't doing arenas. What size was Gaffigan doing? Like 5,000?
Yeah, maybe more. Maybe he was Gaffigan's big.
But not
Gaffigan's
as
doing big theaters.
but who are the other comedians who've done SNL in the last 2 years to 3
Mulaney.
years? Mulaney's huge. I get it. I think slightly
Did
overrated, but
Maniscalco do it? Sebastian?
so Maniscalco
Did
did
he
it too.
host?
Yeah, I think he
He
did it.
hosted. Did he
Yeah,
host? Uh,
I think he did.
Chappelle,
No. And your other one, the white guy who looks
Nate
like
Bar
a
John Mulaney,
no. You just said those. You just
Nate
said both those
Bargatze.
people. No, you can't just keep saying the same
I don't know
people.
who you said.
Come on, your fat faced friend. You know he's not racist. He just sounds like he is.
Oh,
That guy.
Shane Gillis.
Shane-
Oh, yeah, but Shane Gillis is well, that's a whole nother story because he was
you really.
supposed to be on SNL.
By the way,
Shane Gillis
you
hosted.
really looked past my description of him, which was
It's fucked. It's fine.
no, no. You I said your fat faced friend, and then I followed it with he's not
I
racist.
heard you.
He's not racist. You just think that he
Yeah,
is.
I heard it.
But that guy,
Not
yeah,
me,
Shane Gillis.
people.
No, I meant I meant the collective you.
No, but Shane Gillis hosting was Lorne Michaels going, "You see? I told you, fuck you," without saying it.
Oh
Because
shit. Yeah.
Shane is huge, but the way you're saying it, I don't think he was huge enough to host just yet. But that was Lorne going, I told you this guy was going to be incredible, and look at him now. You left fuck face fuckers.
I know. You left people who don't let people make jokes. Unless they do, of course, in which case they're greatly successful and rich. But they can't make jokes. By the way,
Never let big joke.
I love that Seinfeld has become the anti-cancel culture warrior. Your man literally spent an entire career becoming practically a billionaire, making the I'm just going to make the safest show ever to reach as many people as possible, and it
Seinfeld
totally
is
worked.
not a safe show.
Yes, it is.
No way.
It was at the time. It was a
No,
safe. Yes, it was.
no.
Safe. It never had a controversy when it was on,
Well,
except
first
for the
Puerto Rican flag
masturbation.
episode.
Okay,
Puerto
fine.
Rican flag episode got banned.
That
Can't
okay,
find it anywhere.
but
But
wasn't that late? Hold
also,
on, wasn't that later though?
but it's not about it being canceled or not. They pushed the envelope on a lot of those things.
At the time, that was considered. Was any of that considered envelope pushing at the time?
Yes. Like
Wha-
that's why in the masturbation episode
That I remember. That was a
they
thing.
never said the word masturbation.
Right.
Like it's all innuendo, but none of that was ever talked about on a regular um uh uh what do you call it? A network sitcom.
Yes.
All of
The
not being
masturbation episode.
married, not being married. Um there was no family, like no kids, no family life. It was all wild shit.
But it's hard.
We don't look at it we don't look at it like that because it's so just
I
become
guess
such a thing.
Seinfeld is just weird to me because he was intentionally clean. And like
It
kind
was
of
he
shat
was
on
clean.
comedians he's like kind of anti-cursing, and now he's also anti like I don't know. There's something about it that I feel
Yeah,
like
I think you're
he's
mixing up two different things though. Like,
I am somewhat, but they are related.
but
I am
but
somewhat, but they are related. My
but
point, you
he
can be safe and funny is the point. He did it for an entire fucking career. His
he
stage
was
show was
he
safe
had
as
to
shit.
be safe enough to be on network television. But a lot of the stuff they talked about was never talked about before and broke the barrier for stuff that's like kind of normal now.
Fair, but it wasn't because they were, like, walking a line of, I don't know,
But that's what he's saying.
offensiveness.
That's what he's saying. Things you could get away with stuff back that like that back then, and either you liked the show or you didn't.
But here's my point, and this is what I would push back on to all the comedian types who talk about this. They were able to push back on it. Why? Because they did it in a way that was super smart and provocative without just being like willy-nilly button pushing. They did it really
Okay,
well,
yeah, I see what you're saying, but not but
which comedians
Seinfeld
still
is
can
not.
do, which comedians still can do. If you're
Yes,
smart and on point, you can.
yes, but Seinfeld, who is super clean and very nice, you know what I mean? Like when it comes to his comedy,
Right.
he gets resistance. If he's getting resistance, something's off,
Well, no,
is
no,
what
but
he's
remember,
saying.
you gotta remember, but he's getting resistance on different shit. Jerry's getting resistance because after a
No,
20-year
no, I'm only
what?
well, I'm sorry, go ahead. I don't know if you're gonna say some Jewish shit.
I am.
No,
But
it's not because of
that's
that.
where a lot
He's
that's
talking about comedy,
but the main place he's getting hate on is
but
about
that's
Israel.
different. That's different.
Where's
That's
he okay, so where's he
you're
getting
talking about a political statement about Israel and Palestine or whatever the fuck, right?
yes.
That's different. But that's even before all of that happened, he was resisting, like, he doesn't wanna do colleges anymore because the kids are too fucking woke.
But what are they so sensitive to him about? What does he even
Th
talk about that's edgy?
that's what his point is. He
But,
goes,
like
"If you're gonna be woke towards me, which I'm not even saying curse words, something has gone way too far."
but is that really true? What were they
Yes.
resisting to
I
him? I don't that what could they have been talking
but
about?
what but
He talks about
you're
cereal.
asking me if it's true, and I'm telling you,
I
yes.
don't know
I
that
experienced it, and I'm a nobody. I'm a
well, no,
nobody.
but you're edgier than Seinfeld. I believe Seif, you actually say things that make push people and make them a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, but it's uncomfortable to the point where you cover your mouth when you laugh. It's like but not like kick a comedian off stage.
But you've never been kicked off
No,
stage.
not me. That's what happened to Nimesh Patel.
What did Nimesh Patel
He
do?
got kicked off stage at, Columbia University. He was making some Asian joke, and he's Indian, and he was making an Asian joke, and some girl came on stage and was like, "You have to get off the stage."
No,
People
when
are
did this happen?
this happened, like, I don't know. Well, I guess it was before pandemic, so probably 4 years ago. It was a big story.
Well, I don't remember that. So
It was a
Columbia
I mean,
so Columbia's
in
been
that
wacky.
world.
Columbia's been there's been stuff happening at Columbia,
What
huh?
happened with Columbia? Are they still wilding out? Did they end that protest shit?
I no, they're still doing stuff.
When does it end, though? Like, how come I
Well
didn't hear of it ending?
you know what's
Did it fade
interesting?
out? "Hey, I really wanna protest, but I gotta go home for the summer."
Yeah, you know that by the way, that happened.
Yeah,
For
that
sure. No,
happens.
that happened. People went
Yeah.
home for the summer. Two things. And I know, by the way, this is a very nuanced subject, so everyone calm down. There are definitely kids protesting, a lot of them at Columbia, who are doing what college kids should be doing, protesting against a terrible war, for sure. Then there are also, though, I'm not going to lie, a lot of dumb shit college students who don't even know exactly what they're involved in and don't realize that the person standing next to them has like a Hamas flag. And like, no, you should not be protesting the war by celebrating a terrorist group. No, that they don't. So that does exist also at Columbia.
Okay, so, just you to use that example, there are dummies
Yes.
that are I'm using the term woke because it's just like the
I
slang
hate
term
when you
to
use it, but
use.
but isn't there another can't what you
Too
mean is
sensitive.
hypersensitive is what you're
So, so let's say one of those dumb kids is also very hypersensitive to jokes, is the point.
yeah, and they wanna prove to other people
Exactly.
that
Now, if you
they're
don't
the
like
one.
the joke, I get it. You don't like me, I get it. You could leave, you could storm out, you could come back. Don't take away my livelihood. Don't take away my livelihood. Also, you don't know anything about me because a lot of stuff I say on stage is not real. You know what I'm saying? It's said to create a guttural, instinctual like like a it's a skill set to make to do that on command. I never used Tinder in my life.
I know.
I never used Tinder. One of my biggest jokes is a Tinder joke. I never used it. Don't hey, this is Patreon, right?
Yeah, no, no, it's
This
not.
is Patreon?
No.
Oh, fuck. But I
Yeah.
feel you though.
No, no, and Seinfeld's just been the reason Seinfeld's been bothering me is He feels so like a boomer in, like, your own
No,
family.
he is.
Like,
He's
bro
70, bro.
no, his Israel shit that he's on, I'm like,
Yeah.
my man, you didn't even truly admit to being Jewish on your TV show. My man,
Right.
you didn't actually
So
make that a Jewish
yeah, but
show. And
again,
now you're the poster child for Israel. Suck my dick, bro. You never even had a Jewish episode. They didn't go to synagogue. There was nothing. You
what do you
fucking
mean? There was
hid
no
from your
Jewish episode?
No, not really. There's never a Passover episode or Rosh Hashanah.
See, not all like Curb there is. Curb, there's all of that.
Curb Larry was Jewish. That's the thing.
Right.
Seinfeld, everyone's like, well,
It
he's
just
Jewish because his
hinted
name's
at Jewish.
Seinfeld. And you're like, but his parents, oh, is Costanza Jewish? No, no, he's Italian. Oh, what is everyone? We don't know what anyone is. They're just New York, which, by the way, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
All good. But now to have him be like, I went to
Yeah, but that
Israel. I
well, but
understand.
but that's but and I don't give a fuck about this either way. I'm just saying, don't people change?
True. People have the right to it. Just
That
strikes
show
me as
is 80, 88,
yeah, but
89.
here's the by the
So
way,
what, 30 years old, over 30 years old?
so what you're saying is correct. But here's my problem. If you've never had that deep a connection to Israel, in all likelihood, you're not that knowledgeable. So weighing in now on a war and thinking the only answer is to be one way
No,
about it, you probably don't know what the
no,
fuck you're
you can
talking about.
learn stuff, bro.
He didn't. He
Let me
didn't.
tell you what
He
let me
went
tell you
there
what
and got
bothers me.
emotionally affected by it, and that's it. These motherfuckers, they go on a tour, they get toured around, and they're like, oh my God, this is our homeland. Which, by the way, yes, absolutely, love Israel. Don't know if you know this, married an Israeli. I'm all about it. Hey, you should still learn the whole thing because just because you love it and it's a place that you feel connected to doesn't mean they're not doing fucked up, horrible
Homeland is
things.
weird too.
And by the way, is it your homeland? Mine's
Like
Chevy Chase, Maryland.
it's the home, but is it the home? I mean, I guess
And by
that's
the
what
way,
makes it
I'll tell
all
you
that.
this more than ever, I want it to feel that way less and less because I'm terrified the path that we're on right now. Because this last weekend, the whole Lebanon thing is so bad. It seems like they just want to go to war.
Yeah, it seems like they want to go to war.
And it seems to me, Saif, that if we were to play this out, it would only take 2 or 3 steps for us to be looking at like a crazy world war. And
Easily.
and then who's everyone gonna blame when this tiny little country shoves the whole world into a war? Everyone's gonna be like, who did this? Oh, it's y'all's homeland. Y'all did this.
Right.
Pardon me for getting scared about that.
Yeah.
I've been very upset about this. The Lebanon shit is, and by the way, Hezbollah is a
Wait, what happened in Lebanon? They assassinated a leader?
so yeah, so Hezbollah has like taken over Lebanon.
Oh
And
shit.
the people of Lebanon do not generally fuck with Hezbollah. They're fucking terrible. They're like Hamas,
Hezbollah's a political group.
a
A terrorist group, what
terrorist,
you would say?
yeah, a
What do
terrorist
they say
slash.
they are? A political group?
I think they say political group, but like they took power back. They were like kind of dead, and the people had kind of rejected Hezbollah, from what I understand. And then October 7th happened, and Hezbollah was like, "Oh shit, we got to go after Israel again and get on it."
Israel's right next door to Lebanon, right?
That's right.
So
So the
yeah, they're
southern
probably
border of
nervous. Yeah.
Lebanon and the northern border of Israel. And so since October 7th, Lebanon starts fucking attacking Israel. Now, by the way, this should be noted because it is important. It's fucked up that Hezbollah is shooting missiles at Israel. But you have to understand, when you're able to intercept every one of those missiles, it does hit a little different. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know that they're trying to do shit, but when Israel's just like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So then, as things amplified there, now all of a sudden, no, 10 months into the Gaza war, as Israel's settlers are continuing to do shit in the West Bank, and so you have that's a mess. They're bulldozing Palestinians' homes in the fucking West Bank, and they're doing crazy shit there. The Gaza shit has not been settled. They've not managed to get the hostages home. That's still going on. Israel decides they need to, for whatever reason, and I'm not denying that there's any reason, but they've decided it's the time to now go after Hezbollah in Lebanon. So they start firing missiles into Beirut, and apparently, supposedly warn the people of this area to leave, attack these buildings, and killed the top Hezbollah guy. They got the guy. To which which I go, okay, great, you got the guy, but like, but now you're still bombing and you're still threatening a land war, and it's like, no, none of your allies are telling you this is a good idea. You're going completely rogue, and you're a tiny country who's now going to wage war
You're
on two different.
surrounded.
What, like what, like so when and then when I say this kind of stuff out loud, the
No, don't say it out loud. Shh. This is Patreon.
it's Patreon though. We're fine. People come at you and go, "What do you want them to do?" And I'm like, I don't know. Listen to your stronger allies. Like, come up with coalition plans, not piss off everybody around you because you want to continue to exist. Like, I don't understand, Saif. Like, we've been doing this whole war thing for so long. Everyone, so they killed the guy from Hezbollah. Great. They have sworn vengeance for that. Something, God forbid, is going to happen somewhere. And then when it happens, what is Israel going to say? We have to respond. But they were responding to you, who were responding to them, who were responding to you, who were responding to them. Like, you don't get that this never ends? And then when you even bring up as a person, you're like, I just think it's stupid. Everyone argues, well, what are you supposed to do? It's not working. The death thing is not working.
And it's not, we're not talking about the last couple months or the last couple
No, and we're not
years. We're
talking
talking
about
about the
just
last couple centuries.
eons, whatever. When we're not even talking just about Israel, not even just the Middle East, like everywhere, like it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
it doesn't work. We
Fuck,
figured that out.
fucking Arafat and Rabin hated each other. They killed each other's people. Rabin was a brutal a force on the IDF, killed mad Palestinians. Arafat was blowing shit up in Israel, killing innocent people. They were doing crazy shit. And eventually they were like, all right, we gotta like just
Yeah.
talk and try to like, this isn't working anymore. And what happened? Fucking a right-wing Israeli kills Rabin because he's making peace with the enemy. Like,
Wait, an Israeli killed him?
yeah,
Well, like who?
a right-wing
Like an
Orthodox,
assassin?
yeah, like and by the way, the
Shit,
people,
I never heard that.
some of the people who most like celebrated Rabin's death because they were anti-peace are now in
Or with people in
Netanyahu's
power.
cabinet. Yeah, they're there in power now.
So Arafat and Rabin changed and were able to come to start working on an agreement.
Yeah, they did.
In
They
their
pulled a
older in their older days, they changed.
full
Just
Drago Rocky.
like Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Oh! Bow,
terrible,
bow, bow. Brap,
terrible.
brap,
No,
brap.
first of all, terrible comp. Second of all, the guns to celebrate it. Anyways, how are you doing? What's going on in the world besides that? Where you're
I
back
don't
home?
know.
You're back home.
Yeah, back home. You see my little bookcase. Um,
Did you
life is
decide?
good.
Did you decide on if you're going to try to go to Ohio for Hall of Fame?
No, that's already decided.
You're going,
I'm going.
but you don't know. But you don't know yet if you're going to Cleveland or going to Chappelle Land.
I from what I told Dave, I know you're doing something for Tribe. Count me in. He said, I'm so glad you called me. You're in. I go, what are you doing? He goes, I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure it out. And I was like, and then he goes, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this.
Oh, they don't.
Let me not say this part. But
Wh-
he's going to Cleveland. So I was like,
Oh,
well, can I
oh,
just roll with you to
oh,
Cleveland?
oh, I know that part. I know the
Yeah.
part. I know the
Okay.
part
So I
you're
was like, can I roll with you to Cleveland? So he said, yeah. So I'm going.
So you're gonna go to Cleveland that night.
That part I don't know. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go to his house and then
Figure it
I'm
out.
gonna go to his house and then ride from there.
All right, all right.
Actually, I might drive now that I think about it because I still want to give him. I still have records to give him.
You a one up road trip?
What do you mean? 10 hours in the car with you?
It's 10. It's a full. It's a full 10 to Dave's house.
I can't.
No,
It's 12 hours if you
All right.
stop.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Get a snack.
It's 7 to Cleveland.
Is it?
7, 8.
No.
I just did it. I suppose it's 7, 8, right?
You drove?
Yeah, I drove back from Cleveland when my flight
Oh,
got
because of the
canceled.
flight shit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's 10 to Dave's.
Whew. Now here's the question. So I was going to be bringing my wife to the Hall of Fame. I'm concerned that the Hall of Fame, if I'm just like sitting at a table or whatever, it's gonna be so long and boring. Like you're gonna probably be wandering around. Like you'll go. I might have to hit you up. You could get me back. You could bring me back. Come on, man, bring me back. I'll
I
hit. Want
could
me to hit
try.
other?
I'll always try. I'll
I'll
always
listen.
try.
I'm gonna text Corey Smith. I'll try to bother other people too, so it's
Yeah,
not
I'll
just on
always
you.
try.
Um,
The problem here's the
but
problem.
sitting out there could. Do you think it could get bad?
That's boring, yeah. Here's the problem. Dave never says no.
Right.
Me and Talib Kweli always talk about this. He never says no to us, but a certain way he says yes makes it
Feel
it's a
like
no
no.
if you know him well enough.
But you know that you and I have never. I've never been around Dave when you're there.
Right.
When I saw him when he came to Hot 97 to do our show, he was legit excited to see me. Like, didn't
Yeah.
even just give me the "you're with Ebro" treatment. Gave me the "oh shit, Rosenberg," rah, rah, rah. Like he gave me the
I
full
wouldn't
love.
I wouldn't I wouldn't doubt it.
So I assume he'd be happy to see me. I on some. I think there's a hip hop nerdy kinship or something.
Oh, 100%. Like you could come to the party, no problem.
Right.
You could come to any of the stuff, his shows, no problem. But when you start gotta move into other people's things, as much as he's a rule breaker, how much can you
You mean like if it's not his thing?
yeah, it's not his event.
Right, right, right. I got to figure it out. And listen, I don't know. Maybe I'll have some sort of access. I'm trying my best to figure this whole thing out. It's just
But you're
like,
friends with Q-Tip.
but it's Q-Tip. Like, does he even know what's going on? I'm gonna hit him again, but I don't know. He
You gotta get with
seems.
his person. Who's Q-Tip's person?
I don't know who his person is these days.
You gotta find a person.
That's why I've been talking to Questlove's people, not Q-Tip's people.
What's Questlove gotta do with it?
He's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He's part of it?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. He's producing the show. He's like helping produce the whole show. Questlove
Shit.
produces everything, bro.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it.
He's producing everything. Um. Anyways, so I'm gonna figure out how that goes. I don't know how you do it. I don't. I mean, I know we live different lives, and I do enjoy some travel, but I do also get like I can get overwhelmed. I'm like, oh, is this gonna be it's a lot of traveling that weekend? Then I start looking at the flights back, and I'm like, oh, the times of the flights back
Well,
suck.
why? What do you mean?
Like I would want to get back early Sunday.
Oh, there's no flights?
The only early flight I saw was 6:45, and I was like, "Oh, well,
Oh,
that's too
yeah,
fucking
no.
that's." I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
looking for
yeah.
like I was looking for 9 AM. You know what I mean? Like,
Or what? Or has it got to be connecting?
I didn't even see if there were. Maybe there would. Maybe there'd be a
I don't
connecting.
understand you people. Like,
Go
oh, I
ahead.
can't connect. What are you talking about? Just fucking connect.
Right? It's not that big a deal if it makes the timing way better than
It's
like.
not that big of a deal. And also, like a lot of those, we live in New York, so we're spoiled. New York, DC. We go to LA a lot. Those places are major, major hubs. A lot of these other cities, like
Yeah, you just got to be used to it because they're not. So remember, I was flying to LA. We had a lot of travel talk the other day on Patreon, and I first of all, Siph, I was looking so hard. If you remember to change my flight to like 4:30 instead of 7:30 or 8:30 because I was like, let me get to LA early enough to do something. I ran into someone at the thing that I was doing out here. He took the 4:30 flight. They sat on the tarmac till 7 o'clock.
oh shit,
So I would have paid money and never left early.
that's crazy.
So I'm lucky. But
Yeah,
here's the craziest thing about of the many things that make flying a fucking joke. Like that honestly, I never feel like we're more of a joke as a country than when I'm sitting on a plane dealing with some bullshit. I'm like, what are we doing?
we should
This
just do a
is
travel podcast.
by the way, with not only that, we should become the travel czar. We should replace Pete Buttigieg. Like I don't even know what they're doing. But why? So I paid the money. I paid a lot of money to sit in good seats so I could have drinks and food and relax. Then when you get stuck waiting on the tarmac, they can't stand up to bring you a drink. So real quick, we can be flying in a spinning metal box
Yeah.
across the world, and they can get up and walk around. But if we're rolling on wheels, the lady can't come bring you.
Well, is that what happened to you?
Well, it wasn't that long a wait. It was only like a half hour or whatever.
Well, what do you
But
mean? Were you stuck on the tarmac or you about to take off?
so we were about to take off. It wasn't a
Yeah.
big delay. It wasn't a big delay, but no, it was like 12 flights ahead of us. It wasn't
Nah, you
crazy.
can't get up. They can't get up.
Why can't you give me a drink?
Nah.
Because
You had
before
your
we,
chance. You had
before
your
we
chance to get a drink. They asked you if you wanted a
no,
drink
they
and you
didn't.
said
No, they
no.
didn't. No, they didn't. They didn't make it to me. They gave everyone. I was in the fourth row. All the first three rows, they got their drinks. They never made it to me. Then they said we
Oh,
were taking off, and then we didn't take off. We're sitting there. Oh, let me. You know what I'm gonna do though? I paid for the good seat. Let me lean back. No, no, no. Can't lean back on the tarmac. It's too dangerous to lean back. I can't lean.
well, were you in the last seat?
I was in the fourth out of five.
Oh,
You,
that's
you
why.
know how sometimes
You know why
JetBlue
you
has
can't
the
lean back?
why?
They say because if you something happens,
Then what?
it's harder for the person behind you to get out.
No, these are mint seats. I'm not even touching the person behind me.
It doesn't matter. They don't have time to create every little separate rule for every person.
So how
Just
about you
everybody
just
put
leave
your
me
seat up and
alone?
shut
How
the
about just
fuck
leave me
up.
alone? How about just leave me alone? Don't look. Like you know I'm leaning back. I paid for the seat. Let me fucking lean back. It's ridiculous. I'm leaning back. Oh no, you have to be upright position to land. I need someone to explain to me the upright position at
I
all
just
times.
told you.
It's bullshit. That's
That's the rule though. If it's bullshit or not, if you crash, the plane's on fire. And I can't get out. The seat in front of me is jammed into my chest. Give him a little room, man. Give him a little room. I'll tell you this though. I always think about this. If we crash land and we're going out the emergency exit, like onto the raft or whatever, and they're like, "Sir, you can't bring your backpack." I'm gonna be like, "You're not in charge of me anymore. You were in charge of me. Your job was to keep this plane safe
and
and
guess
in the
what?
air.
You didn't.
Now that we've landed in not the ideal location, I don't listen to you anymore, and I'm not leaving my laptop on this fucking plane."
Yo, I got to tell you though. Let me tell you something great about flying. Flying is the great equalizer. It is a nice thing because you have to make it to Dave Chappelle level or be friends with a Dave Chappelle. And even then, Cipha only gets to ride on that plane a few times a year. Another 98% of the time, he's just like everybody else. And who do you think's the highest level celebrity that still only flies out of an airport?
Well, like out of a regular airline.
Yeah, like they still like they're
Like I think I heard 50 tell a story that he still flies commercial.
I believe that. He
Like
flies
not all the time, but still will get on a commercial flight.
well, but I bet there's bigger than that. You're just thinking hip hop. I bet
Yeah.
Denzel doesn't fly private. Denzel probably flies first class.
I think a lot of those big people do both.
Well, like if they're doing something in which the studio
They're
will send
sitting
them
a
a
private
plane,
jet. Right,
right?
right, right, right.
But if they're like booking a trip to go see their mom, they just go to the airport and probably get on a plane.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's what I'm saying, and that's beautiful. That's the equalizer. You're back,
Yeah.
even if you're first class. You still got to go through security. You got to
No,
go.
no, no, no. There's
Oh, they
service
don't do the
people that
security.
walk through. Yeah.
So wait. So those people though are going to what that special United
Yeah,
area,
there's special areas or there's special place where they go and they get walked through. Yeah. I mean, they still have to go through security, but it's very VIP.
and then they get brought to the gate though. They end up like right there and can board.
They get seated last, like right before the plane's ready to go, then they get on.
You think that's what happens?
I've seen it. I know the service. Bert uses that.
Can I be
You're in
honest?
a lounge, you're in a
Can
fucking
I be honest?
yeah.
Bert doesn't. Bert could
He,
survive without that.
no, he uses it.
I know. But I'm just saying he
But
could.
he also
Bert could
hates
walk through
flying.
JFK. There are people bigger than Bert walking through JFK. I
Yeah,
got
but
news for you, Bert.
rich. I'm talking about
No,
rich.
no,
You're
he's
talking about
rich.
famous,
No, no.
like
Listen.
recognizable.
If I had the option to do it, I'd do it right now, and I can do it. Yeah, it's a great choice.
Yeah.
So wait. So that's what he does though. They put them in a place near the gate. Where do they have them?
No, there's like a special lounge, like a super VIP lounge with food and everything. And then they drive you to the plane in a Porsche or Jaguar or some
Get
shit.
the fuck out of here.
I swear I did it. They got me one day.
And
One day
and
I get off the plane one day and there's a lady waiting for me at the door. And she's like, "Mr. Diaz?" I go, "Yeah." I thought I
You
was in trouble.
you thought you were arrested.
Yeah, I was getting arrested. I watch a lot of How to Catch a Smuggler.
Right, and
She's like, "Mr. Diaz?"
or you were worried that it's like you were another Luis Diaz had been arrested for a sex
Oh, that's
crime.
a whole yeah, that always
Right.
happens. So she's like, can you come with us?" I was like, "Where are we going?" She's like, "Well, we're taking you to your next gate." I was like, "Oh, okay." So we go down the steps, not the jetway. We go down the steps onto the runway area, wherever that's called. And there's a Jaguar down there waiting for me. And I get in the Jaguar. I go, "What is this?" I go, "What is this?" And she goes, "Well,
What the fuck is
we
this?
do this for our global service members when they have a tight connection." And my next flight, the connecting flight was like leaving like very soon. And she's like, "But on a slow day, we'll get the 1K members." And I was like, "Well, thank God for the slow day." And they drove me to the across the like I would have to go all the way around to the next area. They drove me right across, brought me up, brought me to the gate, the gate. I was like, "Oh, thank you." And that plane was already boarding.
Wow.
I would have had to
That's
been that
crazy.
asshole that runs.
Oh, yeah, you've been that asshole before? You act like
I
you haven't been that
almost never.
asshole?
I don't
What
do that. I don't run in airports.
wait, you'd rather give up?
No, I get there early.
No, I know, but if it's a connection, even Cipha Sounds, even the
I've never had to run.
wow, and I never ran, never will. Look at that's you. Look at you.
I mean, I just get there early.
You think you're such hot shit, don't you?
The one at Terminal A, there's for United 1K, there's a special room you check in, and then there's like a back door to go to the pre-check line. You just right to the front.
Wow. Look at
Nah,
you.
I'm not special, man.
You're not,
I just
but you live
I
a good
just
life though.
I never when I was young, I never used loyalty programs, and now I definitely see the benefit of it.
Yeah, I actually I gotta think about what airline credit card I wanna get. I don't have an airline credit card.
Bro, West Side, you should be at Newark. You should be at United. For
No
where you live,
well, and United's useful for everywhere. Like,
United goes everywhere.
you're saying for west side of Manhattan.
We had to get to the airport.
So, you think a
I mean, I
United
guess where do you go, LaGuardia?
no, I rarely I'd
You
say
go
my
JFK?
orders I'd say JFK, Newark, Split, LaGuardia 3rd.
JFK, how do you get there? You go across the park?
It depends. Usually I go it depends. It could be up top,
Nah,
cross Bronx all the way
nah.
o it's
Bro, you're right. You go right there, Lincoln Tunnel.
no, that's what I do.
Good.
No, generally speaking, that's what I do, but
Yeah.
remember, my Long Island spot is right near JFK.
Oh, yeah, if you lived in that house, you go to JFK.
Like this next Saturday, I'm going to Atlanta for a day for WWE. I'm JFK both ways because I'll just use the other. I'll be at my little
Yeah, it
spot out there.
depends where you stay. I don't what's
We
going on in
sound
hip hop?
we sound like such. By the way, we sound like such douchebags, and I
I
blame
don't know what
you.
this is.
No, it's your fault.
I didn't do anything.
No, you
We're
didn't.
talking about Tribe Called Quest.
So what else is happening in the world of the raps?
I don't even want to talk about rap no more.
Why?
I'm done.
Why?
I'm done, man. I'm done.
What do you
What's
mean?
going on with hip hop?
What happened with hip hop that's bad? Hip
I
hop's
don't
good,
know. What's
man.
happening with it?
There's there's a
Nothing
new.
good.
I listened to a new T Grizzly J Cole record that I thought was
If
dope.
you're J. Cole, is that the one where he was going is there a video for that one? Is that that one?
I don't know, but he's rapping his ass off on it. He just
There's
sounds
one where there's a video where he's on like a rooftop with somebody else. I saw the clip on TikTok. He was the video was like, "We owe him an apology." He was going in.
oh, well,
J. Cole was going
by the way,
in.
guess what? I guess who doesn't owe him an apology? Me,
Us? Yeah,
us,
us.
because we thought he
Yeah.
was great for being true to himself.
Yeah.
And by the way, you could
100%.
argue right now that he's still going to end up being the best, the big
This
winner.
this Drake and Kendrick thing showed me a lot of ignorant people. Like, the
And
ignorance came out.
and do you know what someone my brother and my nephew, who's now 16-year-old and has actual thoughts too, was telling me they both feel that, like, in some ways, the J. Cole thing, I mean, the Kendrick thing, like, I don't know, isn't completely great for Kendrick either. Like, brand wise, is it really great that he got involved in sort of the dirt and the filth? And by the way, I know there are people listening being like, "Oh, what? Stop being a bitch. It was great." But I understand the argument that, like, maybe he would have been better off, at least from like maybe not a fame clout standpoint, but from a clean conscious standpoint, to have never
It's
done
a
it.
you
It's
think
a
his
fair
conscience will
argument.
be you think
Not
his conscience will be
conscience.
hurt?
Oh, God, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean conscience,
I
but
do
like,
know what you're saying, but, like, I some I don't know. I don't have this problem, and I think it's because 'cause I'm a fatherless child.
oh,
I don't have the problem of it, "Oh, it really irks me that that guy said that thing." It doesn't bother me. But for some people, it seems like their whole life is twisted, and they have to fucking respond. I don't yeah,
it may not be great. Like, if you were a religious guy, if you're religious
yeah.
and you're Kendrick, would you love that you went down the road that you went down?
Well, here's
Was
another
it
thing.
godly? Was it a godly route to go on?
That pedophile stuff could bite him in the ass later on. Like, we were caught in a moment, we were celebrating,
But,
but, like,
like,
you
if it's not
accuse
remotely true, which I'm sure it's not, even though he was saying shit that was made up about you, is it good to make up things about him? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had my enemies, my media enemies
yeah,
have made up shit about me.
yeah,
I have talked wild shit about them. I've never made up anything back about them. I won't do that.
yeah.
And I'm not trying to say I'm better than K Dot. Like, whatever worked for him and he felt like he needed to do, he did. And maybe he doesn't see it as making it up. He sees it as these are things that he was saying that he's heard. But, like, I don't believe that Drake is a pedophile. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. He did get dirty. He did get
That's all I
dirty.
mean. He got his hands dirty. That's
Yeah,
you just said it very cleanly.
yeah.
No judgment. I loved it and had a great time while it was happening. But at night, Kendrick is such a good dude. When he goes to bed, is he happy that he got down in the dirt and the muck and the mire? Here, let's play this. Let's play
Yeah,
this.
they did it. They did it like never before.
Never before and more mainstream. And can you hear this?
Yeah. Who's this? This T Grizzly?
You wanna come out here? Blow for blow, cold
Yeah, I
flow,
saw
just
this.
prestigious.
It's dope.
Sweats and tees, no unnecessary accessories. The goat just for features. Proceed with throat cut procedures. He look rich, but he broke just egregious. Don't trust rappers, ho, trust in Jesus. Whole team approach Costa Rican, coast on boats, getting throw from top models. They pop shit, my click, pop bottles. I sip orange juice in the VIP, watching the clock tick. Perform a couple of hits and then I dip. 6 figures richer than when I entered. Cold world, mister, I got a temper. I stay hot, doing numbers like K-pop. BTS in the flesh while they flop, and I laugh all the way to the Deutsche Bank. Stay the fuck out my lane, avoid the paint. I'm really him, Bruce Jenner, them boys just ain't. I'm boisterous, loud booze for crews from mad voices. It's like your team's making the choice to tank. L after L, I got to laugh. Y'all look like James Todd Smith autograph. Maybe that's why your bitch dropped the math.
What's that mean?
Go against the squad and get
Wait.
chopped in half.
Look like James Todd Smith's autograph?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Hell, I got to laugh. Y'all look like James Todd Smith autograph.
Go back a little more.
LL, you look like losers. L's. Could that be it? I'm asking. Could that
No,
be it?
yes, but when I first heard that, I was like, "Was that a shot?" And it's not, but LL doesn't take those well. You know what I mean? Like, play it again.
Let's see.
Maybe that's
You
why
could take
yo,
the L,
I'm
but there's
boisterous.
2 L.
Loud booze for crews from mad voices. It's like your team's making the choice to tank. L after L, I got to laugh. Y'all look like
Oh,
James
yeah.
Todd Smith autograph.
L
Maybe
after
that's
L.
why your bitch dropped the math. Go against the
pretty dope.
squad and
I
get
get it.
chopped in half. Now, who hot, who not? Tell me who flop, who sell out the tours, who rap with trap. to wet up your doors. Who go harder than them and never let off before? Who got your heart poking their head out the door? Getting paid every week like you did all the chores. Life's a bitch, I'm rich till I
This shit's awesome, man.
Shit go
What a
left,
what a
I pull
fun
the bread
song.
out the floor.
Okay, chain nastier than cow manure. Bust down my shooter. Saw my wires, then a bomb diffuser. Take a jet to the jungle, was healing my soul. I didn't see my froze, filter with embalming fluid. I still did numbers in this game. Only thing changed is the tail numbers on the plane. Retired drug dealer, bust chain, watch plane. I don't do drugs, but baby, I don't judge. Do your thing. I'm a king, you won't see me drop no tears. Back to back, white coops, bitches looking like
You know why I love it?
Came in this game thinking my peers shit down there broke my heart. I ain't know they was that weird. Give you they word, they be breaking that so easily. Can't do that in the streets, cause eventually you seeing me. That's why I be in the crib game and on D&D, cause you can't play with me and not let you see the beast in me. Cole saying Fayetteville, they go, fact, he fuck with me like that and make up for them rainy days. Can't be on the court and be a coach and take my game away. Catch you on that freeway, we reenact the train today. You hear me? Who ain't rocking with me? Tell them to start from zero to make it out of the deep. Remember being young, seeing pops rocking up keys, our bodies on streets. Now I'm trying to put bodies in seats. You hear me? Hold up. Who ain't rocking with me? Tell them to play with their life, fumble their college degree. Tell them to face all that time and still be solid as me. Do years in prison and drop a hit the day of release. You hear me? Hey, I got ahead of them niggas. I should have listened. I turned back and tried to rescue them. Think you started hating cause I got ahead of you. I ain't tripping. That shit ain't gonna stop this chat on my nigga. You hear me?
Now, who hot, who not?
Now you'll play this on your show.
I did. It was the first song I played on Real 8.
How was the BPMs?
I wasn't DJing. I just like put it together. But my guess is that feels like what, 107 or something?
No,
Feels-
not 107. Maybe like
102?
yeah, something like that. But that shit, yeah, I like that. Man, I was listening to some hip hop this weekend. It was Jesus Christ, so boring. So boring. I'm in a weird place.
Well, yeah, you think everything's boring.
I just think I'm so happy that all this independent shit is rocking, but it's so boring. Fuck, it's boring.
I hate that you don't like any of it.
It's so
And I
boring.
know I can't convince you, so
There's no part. I missed the party. Where's Puff when we need him? Where's the party element? Listen to party. Listen to the party element.
Where's Puff?
Nobody goes to parties anymore. Nobody needs party music.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, Siph. I don't know if you're gonna get Puff back anytime soon.
No, we need a new Puff.
But the funny thing is, this is where you really get to the essence of what makes me and Siph different. Because Siph was an underground guy too, but he was like you weren't anti shiny suit music, were you? I was
No.
anti.
No,
Like, I was like, this is bad. This is a problem.
No,
You liked both.
I like both. Yeah,
Not, by the way, I'm full of shit. I was a hypocrite. I hated it in principle. But like at my homecoming dance when they played Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, like I did enjoy it. It was still
but
hip hop.
you don't have to draw a line though. That's what a lot of people draw this line. Like you don't have to draw. You could like all of it. You could have your days where you listen to shiny suit shit and then shiny suit shit, then listen to jazz. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. So you could I like New York party shit. And I like being around those type of people. But then I do like New York raucous shit, which is sometimes some of the same people because it's like a New York thing. Like you can go from one event to the other in the same night. You know what I mean? I'm sure in other places, like if there's an underground artist in town and you're going to go see the show, that's all there is to do.
Right. I just listen. I can't get your ear to understand or to enjoy.
I tried.
Like I listen. I get why you don't want to hear hours of it, but I enjoy them one song at a time.
I tried, bro. I was in a car with my boy Lucas, and I was like, all right, play me the top 10 joints, like the joints right now of that indie world. And I hated all of them.
So you liked the T Grizzly J Cole though.
I can listen to it a couple times. I'm not gonna bump it. Here's the thing, what I'm saying. I notice a lot of people nowadays play like a Rap Caviar playlist or Spotify playlist or whatever, and it's just a bunch of songs, and they all sound similar, and they all just you don't have to think about what you wanna play today, you just put on that playlist and it just goes. And I can't live like that. I have to, like, find songs I like, find a song I haven't heard in a while and be like, "Oh," and, like, I literally put it on my phone.
What about Pete and Common didn't have anything you liked?
I listened to it once, I'd probably have to listen again, but no, nothing grabbed me.
I people in our Discord were yelling at me because some of the Common albums that I said no one was checking for, they said I was wrong. And I tried to explain back to them what I'm telling you is if I wasn't checking for them, it's a problem. I'm not trying to say no one
No one
checked for
was,
them.
right,
I'm
right.
saying I know his most hardcore did, but what I'm saying is like relative to the world, I'm in like the 98th percentile of hardcore Common fans, and it didn't
Yeah.
make it to me. So that means probably. And by the way, they're 100% right. I'm sure I should go back and revisit, and there's joints I'd love in it. I'm not even remotely questioning that. I'm just saying I think what Common was aware of before he worked with Pete was too many people are not checking for my albums. If I come with an interesting producer themed album, that will garner more response.
That definitely seems to be what's happening lately, a lot of one producer collab kinda projects. What's out now? What's out recently?
Um, in what do you mean in terms of producer collabby?
No, everything, like, what's new releases that I should know about?
Well, the Cardi B, Rob 49, fuck on that money. You know
No,
what I mean? I know you like that one.
no.
Um, full releases that are out.
What came out that I should listen to?
Um, I don't know what's. I liked the Boldy James Alchemist, but you didn't.
No.
Um,
Look, I had to accept rap battling with no beat. I've learned to accept it. It's just two guys. Like it's almost it's like a form of comedy and wrestling and rapping.
right.
This offbeat rapper style, this very laid back offbeat, not really riding a beat or beats with no drums. I can't.
I think
I
there's a
mean, I
new.
accept that people like it. I accept that it's a thing happening. I don't like it.
I think
I don't
there's a
like it.
new. I think there's a new Benny album. Uh, NLE Choppa looks like had an album. There's a Big Sean album.
Is it weird that I have? I don't want to disrespect the guy. I have no desire.
I like the songs I heard listened to on, but I don't. The LL Cool J album I really like.
You like everything.
I like everything.
You
Please.
like everything.
I wish I liked everything. Let me tell you, the LL album's good, man. I don't give a fuck what you say. I'll fuck you right there on that money.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sorry. I got too excited. I got excited about it. I didn't mean to. There's a Polo G album. There's a
Lil
Logic
Durk is
album. Sure you like that? There's too many albums, bro. I'll be honest. There's Lotto, Lil Mosey. Oh yeah, there's a Benny album. I haven't even heard this Benny album. All right, I got to go do my my radio programs. We did a good job spending an hour talking about absolute dick.
we did an episode of One Up.
I know. Shout out
Welcome
to
to
our
the show.
patrons. Go over to Patreon if you haven't been there. We've been dropping full episodes, talking shit. So if you just like us doing this radio show, that's basically what we do now. This isn't a podcast anymore. We just do a radio show. This is
What
a
were you
radio show.
talking about earlier that we laughed a lot? Just tell me real quick.
Seinfeld?
I started to write it down. I just wrote can't take.
Flying? Was it related to flying? You're not allowed to. They don't serve you on the plane.
Can't take.
You just wrote "can't take." What the fuck kind of
Yeah, 'cause
note
I
is
was
that?
about to complain about something. What did I complain about on here? Billy, Billy,
He's not there.
bro. We told Billy he was let go as producer, but still going to be on the show. And then he just said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
No, not only that. No, but hold on, it's worse than that. Not only does he not show up to the podcast, he's still producing it. Yo, he literally pulled a Larry David, like, except in reverse. Remember, Larry David quit and then kept showing back up to work?
What? Oh, yeah.
Billy did the opposite. We fired him, and he keeps doing the job. I swear to you, we were like, don't edit episodes anymore. He's like, all right, I'll just do Patreon then. And it's like, no, but that was what you fucked up on, was Patreon.
Who did you want to do it?
Emilio. I just wanted to have
never-
Emilio do both, but I think Billy's just still doing it. He's like, it's my responsibility. It's my fucking livelihood.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
I'm doing this for my family. All right, bye, guys. See you on Patreon.